In the 1980s, South Florida became one of the most critical battlegrounds in the U.S. war on drugs, as the Medellín Cartel orchestrated an extensive air trafficking network, using small planes to transport massive quantities of cocaine from Colombia to Florida, exploiting the region's geography, including isolated airstrips, private properties, and remote stretches of coastline, and creating a high-stakes environment where law enforcement, traffickers, and local communities were all caught in the tension of a clandestine war that unfolded above and below the radar of public awareness. These operations were carefully planned, with cartel pilots flying at low altitudes to avoid radar detection, using multiple refueling points and hidden landing strips, while ground crews coordinated shipments, transported cargo to safe houses, and arranged rapid distribution throughout South Florida and beyond, demonstrating a level of logistical sophistication that rivaled legitimate aviation enterprises, all under the constant pressure of federal surveillance and the increasing presence of DN customs agents. The stakes escalated as authorities began intercepting planes seizing cocaine shipments and gathering intelligence on the networks involved, which prompted the cartel to employ both counter-surveillance measures and, according to reports, retaliatory actions intended to intimidate law enforcement and protect their operations, contributing to a climate of fear, urgency, and secrecy that defined the era. Each interception was not just a disruption of supply but a strategic confrontation, forcing the cartel to adapt quickly, change routes, replace pilots, and enhance security protocols, while investigators worked tirelessly to map the connections between smugglers, suppliers, and local distribution points, often piecing together evidence from flight logs, informants, and financial records to understand the full scope of the operation. The social impact on South Florida communities was multifaceted, as these trafficking operations introduced sudden wealth, illegal influence, and occasional violence into neighborhoods, while also attracting media attention, public scrutiny, and heightened law enforcement activity, which in turn shaped public perception of crime, safety, and governmental oversight in the region. Over time, sustained federal pressure, coordinated raids, and intelligence-led operations began to dismantle key parts of the cartel's aviation network, resulting in arrests, asset seizures, and a gradual reduction in the frequency of successful smuggling flights, illustrating both the resilience and vulnerability of such a sophisticated criminal enterprise. The cartel's reliance on aviation highlighted the intersection of geography, technology, and criminal innovation, as well as the constant cat-and-mouse game between traffickers and authorities, with each side adjusting tactics in response to the other's successes and failures, creating a dynamic environment where strategy, timing, and secrecy were paramount. By the late 1980s, the combination of enhanced surveillance, international cooperation, and local enforcement efforts had significantly curtailed the cartel's ability to operate openly in South Florida, exposing the intricate networks of pilots, ground crews, and financial operatives who had supported the flights, while also shedding light on the broader economic, social, and political consequences of large-scale drug smuggling. Ultimately, the Medellín Cartel plane seizures illustrate not only the audacity and sophistication of transnational criminal operations, but also the complexities of enforcement in a region defined by its open geography, the adaptability of organized crime, and the interplay between clandestine logistics, law enforcement innovation, and the ripple effects on communities, law, and public awareness, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to inform the study of aviation-based trafficking, criminal strategy, and the historical impact of the cocaine trade in South Florida.